we'll get started today with pranayama. Come to the middle of your mat, feet together, and release your hands underneath your chin. And then bring the elbows in close, draw your stomach in, and then slowly begin to inhale. Let the elbows rise up as high as you can to frame your face. And then exhale, chin up, loud ha. Draw the belly in, slowly bring the arms back together. And again, inhale, nice and slow, gaze comes back to normal. Try to relax your shoulders to lift the elbows up a little bit higher. And then exhale, chin up, loud, audible breath. Think about pushing all of your air out this morning. Inhale again, slowly and fully. Feel the ribcage expanding in all directions. Breathe to the very top of your chest. And exhale, nice and loud. So push the air out as much as you can here. Squeeze the arms together at the end. And again, inhale. Now squeeze the legs, draw the belly up here. Try to relax the shoulders, press the chin into your fingers. And then exhale, press your chin up. Allow your head to go back comfortably, keeping your back straight and then arms up away from your chest. Inhale again, gaze shifts forward. Keep breathing all the way till you get a little bit uncomfortable at the end. And then exhale, nice and loud here. Push the air out, draw the arms back to touch. And again, inhale. So with this breath, it's starting to warm your body from the inside, but also increasing lung capacity. So again, breathe to the very top of the chest. And exhale, nice and loud. Push the air out, slowly draw the arms back together. One more time today, inhale, nice and slow. Again, bring your head back down, keep lifting the elbows a little bit higher. Take one more sip of air, and then exhale, push it all out here. Everything out all the way till you feel like there is no breath left. And relax your arms down by your side. We'll start to warm up our spines. Bring your arms up overhead. Take a clasp, releasing, point your fingers. Begin to tick-tock your body right and left. Nice and easy, side to side. When you're ready today, come back to center, find a little bit of a back bend, and then release, rising up and hinging forward with a flat back. Bend the knees, take any pressure out of your hamstrings, your lower back. Start to walk out your legs here. Just take a moment if you'd like to take a quick down dog. Rinse out the shoulders a little bit here. Take a second. Always remembering every day that you get to practice is going to look and feel a little bit different. And let's bring the feet back together if they're apart. Take your clasp and then rise up nice and slow here to the top. And we'll set up for Ardha Chandrasana. So I want you to see if you can pull your arms behind your ears and then make sure your grip is tight with your palms together. Lean back a little bit. Take an inhale, stretch up. Exhale, up and over to the right. Stopping at the first point of tension or resistance that you feel, and then we're gonna hold here for that full 60 seconds since we have just one set today. Now squeeze the legs strong. Move your hips to the left as far as you can, and then lean your upper body back just a little bit more. Keeping your chest tall and your chin up away from your chest. We want to try to activate the strength of your arms as much as you can. So see if you can tighten the elbows in. Press your palms back together if they're apart here. Now square your body up. Left shoulder back, right shoulder will come forward. Lift your chin a little bit taller, maintain your breath. Now as you inhale, reach a little bit further. Every exhale, sinking it deeper. At the end, your body will always give you a little bit more space. So let's come down one more inch on this side. And then let's release to the top. Reset the arms, draw them back, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold over to the left side. So weight in this posture is back in the heels. You want to make sure you can wiggle or lift your toes a little bit. And then tighten up your thighs together, squeeze your glutes. And then move your hips to the right as much as you can. Now, a lot of times in this posture, we really focus on the depth that we find on the left side, but what I want you to focus on today is creating more stretch through your right side. So see if you can notice the stretch coming from the hip, the side of your body, all the way through the shoulder, and then extending, lengthening out to the tips of your fingers. Now, see if you can get the arms back a little bit more here. Try to tighten up your grip and use strength. The more strength you can use, the more flexibility you'll be able to gain here. Now we're almost to the end on this side. See if you can come down a little bit further here. Use your strength. Reach, come down more as you exhale, and then release up. Okay, back bending. Look up at your thumbs. Let your head go back comfortably. Tighten up your thighs. Inhale, stretch up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, slowly start to send the arms back. Take your time again here. Let the front of your body open. Know that you're meant to bend this way, and legs are strong to create support. Try to straighten the arms. Now eyes open, keep looking back. Lift your chest, reach back here a little bit further. And then let's release. Rise up and hinge forward. Come down with a flat back, nice and slow. Pedal your legs a little bit here. Try to keep your heels down, relax your head heavy. And we'll come into a Padahastasana. Bend your knees, bring your chest to your thighs. Wrapping your hands back, see if you can scoop up underneath your heels. If you can't reach the heels, you can grab the sides of the feet or even around the backs of your calves. Let your head fall down. Lift your hips and then begin to pull here. So really, again, focusing on strength in this posture. I want you to pull your upper body down as much as possible. Lift your shoulders and then try to tuck your elbows back behind your calves. Make sure there's no tension in your neck, but one day being able to fold so much that your forehead will touch your shins. Now I want you to try to lean forward a little bit further. See if you can lift your hips higher, straighten the knees a little bit more, then fold as you exhale, touch your face to your legs. And release. Find your clasp, arms to ears, nice and slow, rise up to the top. When you get there, just relax your arms down by your side. You can roll your shoulders back here. We'll come into Utkatasana. Separate your feet about hip width apart and then extend your arms forward in front of you. Tightening up your fingers, triceps should be engaged as well. Relax your shoulders. Pull your stomach in and then sit your hips back. Now as we sit back here, the weight is 100% in your heels. So if you look down really quick, make sure you can see your toes in front of your knees. Feet should be parallel and knees are bumped out just a little bit. Now, keeping the arms strong is giving you balance in this posture so that you can lean back more. You should almost feel like you're about to fall backwards. Lift your chest again, relax your shoulders, then sit down a little bit more. Try to get your thighs parallel to your mat. And then release by pressing through the heels. At the top now, lift your heels up. Balance high on your toes. Back stay straight. Begin to bend your knees. Now, as you're bending your knees, I want you to keep trying to lift your heels. Back as straight as if you're sliding down a wall behind you. And heel height is so important. We're building a lot of strength here in your feet and ankles, and this tends to be the one that we feel a little unstable, maybe a little bit shaky here. But that shakiness is telling you that you're building strength. Now sit down a little more, hips to the chair, then heels up to the toes, and then release all the way up. Relax the feet completely. Bring your knees together now. Keep the knees tight together, squeeze the thighs, big inhale, and then exhale, slowly lower. Let your heels just lift when you need a little bit more room. Eventually, we're hovering, hips above heels, never resting, but again, take it slow. As you squeeze your thighs, you're gonna think about drawing up here. We shouldn't feel any pressure in the knees. If you feel okay, you're welcome to bounce a little bit, wake things up a little bit more, and then let's release. Rise up to the top, relax the feet, relax the arms, and bring your feet back together. We'll come in to eagle. Bring your arms up over your head, touch your palms, and then right arm under left. Swinging here, cross elbows, wrists, hands together, thumbs right in front of your face. You can always hold shoulders as well here. Now drop your left shoulder down a little bit and then sink back into your hips, just like you're sitting again to the chair. Staying low, take the right leg up and over the top, crossing here, hips, knees, and then tuck the foot back around the calf if you can. That's when we get that ankle to release as well. Now, from the lower body, weight again into the heel. Make sure you're not scrunching the mat with your toes. Drop your hips back a little bit more. Tighten the thighs just like you did in that last part of Utkatasana. Now, low belly in, arch your upper body back. Remember, this is a little back bend in this posture, just like a standing cobra. Now, hands in front of your face. Drop that left shoulder one more time. Now, elbows down and squeeze. And then release everything. Bring your palms to touch overhead. Relax the shoulders at the top. And then swing left arm under right. Eventually, we want fingertips lined up. So work the hips close together as you can. On this side, drop the right shoulder. Now let the hips move back. Sit down first. Stay low. Take the left leg up high and crisscross here. Now the lower you sit, but the higher you lift your leg, the more likely it's going to be that your foot will tuck back. If it doesn't go, don't worry about it, just point the toes. If the foot's around the ankle, I want you to flex it to lock the legs, and then everybody squeeze tight here. Left leg is pushing down, upper body now, arch it back, lift your chest. Try to keep your hands in front of your face, one day releasing all of that tension in your shoulders where your hands will be able to pull down underneath your nose. Sit back one more time, squeeze again, and then release. Take the arms up overhead, palms will touch. Relax your hands down by your side here. If you need a break really quick, we're gonna come into our standing balancing postures from here. So again, just taking one set. So especially today, if you fall out, try to come back into it. Standing head to knee. Shift your body weight to your left leg. Tighten up your quadricep. Now I want you to find a focal point in front of you to set your gaze. Pick up your right leg and flex your toes, keeping them flexed the entire time. Reach down, grab the ball of your foot. All 10 fingers, so thumbs included, are gonna go right where you would step on the floor. Lift your chest up, keep your eyes fixed. Begin to extend the right leg forward. Take this slowly here. Let the hamstrings continue to open. If you need to readjust, you can pull the foot back in, maybe try to tighten the grip. Now I want you to lift your chest again. The more you can keep the chest up and the collarbones forward, the less pressure you're gonna have in your lower back. Then tighten up that left thigh again. Flex the toes of the right foot, draw the inner thighs in. Your legs are straight, bend the elbows now. When the elbows are bending here, we're using the strength, the arms, the shoulders here, the back will start to round a little bit. And then if you're ready for head to knee now, all I want you to do to start to get there, look down at your standing big toe, focus here, flex your foot again. Then you can round down, bring your head to your knee. Keep flexing, that is the trick to staying in the posture. Now let's hold it here for 10, 9, 8. Try to go a little further, even if you can see here. Take one more breath, one more inch of space. And then try to release nice and slow. Good, you guys. Relax and stand up here for a second. Roll your shoulders back, take a moment here. Okay, other side. Remember here too, both sides will feel different. Shift your body weight over. Now I want you to stand up tall. Right leg is like a post. No bends, no kinks all the way through the hip. Pick up your left leg, flex your foot. Now reach down here. Try to get webbing into webbing grip. So thumbs to on the bottom. Once you have your grip, lift your chest up. Then begin to slowly extend the leg. Pause here, balance and breathe. Slower is better. Now bring your heel to the center of your body. I want you to now drop your left hip behind you just a little bit more. Lift the chest. Draw the low part of the belly in, flex the toes. Now bend your elbows if your legs are straight. Even if they're close to straight, give it a try today. Flex again, then look down at your standing big toe. Begin to round down, touching your forehead to your knee. When you're getting to the end, I want you to lift your leg up a little bit higher. Now let's stay here again for 10, 9, 8. Remember, one set only. If you've fallen, come back in. You're almost there. One more breath. Give it a go. Good, you guys. And release. Come out, relax. Stand up tall. Take a breath. And we'll come into standing bow. Bring your right elbow into your hip, palm faces up. Reach down, grab the inside arch of your foot, all 5 fingers. If you are more flexible in this posture, grab down towards your ankle or your leg a little bit more. Drop the knee down, take your left arm up, palm facing away from your body. Now go nice and slow. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, begin to kick. Try to kick first. First couple breaths, let the leg travel up and back behind you. Toes pointed. Now open your chest. Let your body turn slightly to the right so that the arms are extending in opposite directions. Think that the left arm is forward, right arm is coming all the way back. Now as you kick, I want you to see, can you feel a little bit of action here in your back? Remember, this is a standing, balancing, back bending posture. Now keep kicking, keep reaching equally. When we take 2 sets here, we always encourage that first set just to be about 60–70% of your maximum. But since we have 1 set today now, I want you to hold it here. Come in if you're out. Now I want you to try, get to 100 here. Bring your upper body down, tighten the left arm, kick the right leg up. One more breath now, kick, reach all the way. And then release, come up and relax for a second. Take a deep breath through your nose. We'll take it to the other side. Elbow comes in, reach your hand back, grab wherever you did on the other side. Drop the knee back down. Good, arm up. Here we go. Inhale, lengthen up, and then begin to kick. Keep kicking all the way. The kick is what is going to form the posture. Once you've kicked to your maximum potential, your upper body will come down naturally, and that's going to give you more space. Now keep reaching with the right arm. The reach is going to give you balance. Once you can balance, then you can start to focus on depth. Remember, one day this is standing splits. How can you work harder here? Get your leg up a little bit more behind you. Point your toes. Open your chest a little bit more. Bring the upper body down. Now, I want you to lift your chest a little taller. Bring your chin right next to your shoulder. We're almost to the end here. Now is where we want to get to 100. Reach further. Lean in front of your mat now. Take one more kick. Here we go. Toes up as high as you can. And then release. Come out and relax for a second. Step to the back of your mat for Trula Dandasana. Bring your arms up overhead. Take the clasp, release, and point your fingers. Work the arms behind the ears again. Right foot first. Little step forward with the legs straight. Point your toes. Come down. Capital T shape with your body. Now, when you're set, I want you to look forward. Look in front of your mat. Tighten your arms back up to your ears. Lift your leg a little bit more here. Toes pointed. Drop the hip. Now, stretch a little further. And then release. Rise up and step back here. Good. Other side. Arms stay up, left foot now, little step, point the toes, and then come down. Try to come again right to that parallel position. Keep reaching, keep stretching here. I want you to try to get your shoulders to be on fire on this one. Now, find that breath. Keep stretching a little more. Drop the hip, point the toes, and then release. Rise up and step back. Bring your arms down by your side here. Take a deep breath. And then turn to the left on your mat. Bringing your arms up overhead, touch your palms, take a wide step out to the right. So heels should be lined up, toes are turned in. Lift your chest up here and then hinge forward. Keep continuously squeezing your shoulders back. Scoop up your heels from the outside, lining up pinkies with the backs of your feet. If you can't reach there, grab the outer edges of the feet or the ankles again. Now lift your chest, big inhale. Exhale, begin to pull your upper body down. As we begin to pull, I want you to bump your elbows back to touch your shins. Now on this one, try to get the weight into your toes. Soften the knees a little bit here if they're locked out, and then squeeze your thighs more. The more you can squeeze your thighs, the deeper the stretch you're going to get in your hamstrings. Now, if you feel pretty good, I want you to try to tilt your tailbone up a little bit higher. Once we start to release that tension through the hips, that's when we can begin to stretch your entire upper body down. Now lift your shoulders. Keep thinking nose to touch. Widen the stance if you need a little bit more room. Now lean forward one more time, pull your upper body in. Try to fold like a piece of paper. And release, arms out wide, rise up nice and slow. Turning your right toes away from you for our first and only set of triangle. Begin to lunge into the right leg. Now let your hips bounce a little bit, let things open up. Good, now flip your palms, move the arms and sit down. Bring the elbow inside your knee. As we set up here, I want you to look down. Make sure that you can see your big toe in between your fingertips there. Then keep pressing the knee out to keep it safe, tuck your hips under. The weight is going to stay 100% in your right heel, so drive it down, try not to scrunch your toes. Back leg is active here and pressing through the pinky edge of your foot. Now I want you to take your upper body back a little bit more and then stretch your shoulders further apart. Gaze is staying lifted here. Now the arms are reaching like you're trying to touch your foot and the ceiling at the same time. Left hip behind you. Bring it down a little bit further here, then sit into the right knee. Come down one final inch into your hips and then release. Rise up and switch your feet. When you're switching your feet, look down for me really quick. Make sure your heels are lined up and your back foot is pigeon-toed in a little bit. Then sit down. Bounce a little if you'd like. Let the hips open. Turn your palms to the side. Move your arms, then come down. Left hand forward again. Reach between big and second toe. Try to avoid touching the floor. Now weight stays forward, chest stays lifted. We're trying to create 4 triangles in our body. Try not to lose the one between your upper body and your left thigh. As your chest stays lifted, that's how we're building, maintaining strength and stability in your upper body. Now lean back more. Open the right shoulder, open the hips a little bit further, squeeze the fingers tight. Now stretch your arms again. Drop your hips one final time, sit down to your deepest point, and then release. Rise up, turn the toes in, bring the arms up and the feet together at the back of your mat. Relaxing your hands down here. Just take a deep breath through your nose. Let's bring your arms up overhead, keeping the fingers straight across your thumbs. Step out half the distance of your mat. Pivot on your heels to face the front of your mat. Turn the back toes in. Bring your left hip forward, arms behind the ears. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and roll forward. Bend your front knee. Set your hands in front of your toes and then find a forehead to knee connection. Now, once you have a forehead to knee connection, gaze point is your navel. That's how much we're rounding here. Keep applying pressure of your hands to the floor. And we again want to keep the weight in that front leg so you can level the hips. Bring your left hip forward and your right hip back. Now, try to bring your hands together if they are apart. Create that balance here within your body. Now round your back more. I want you to press your hands into the floor. See if you can lift your forehead up higher on your knee towards your thigh. Then exhale all your air, go a little bit straighter across your thumbs. And inhale, roll up nice and easy. Straighten the knee while you come up, lift your chin last. Turn on the heels now, face the back of your mat. Square your hips, right hip forward, left hip back. Draw the arms behind the ears again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tuck the chin. Now again, I want you to bend your knee. Just lean forward as you come down, and that's gonna set your hips in the right spot. Hands in front of toes, forehead to knee. Finding that throat compression here. That's what we wanna keep the entire posture. Now left hip back, right hip drops in front of you. Ground down through the back leg and anchor through your heel. Front leg can stay bent. It doesn't matter if it's straight. What matters is the compression we're creating in the throat and the abdomen. Now press into the hands. I want you to see now, can you round your back more? Shoulders up, head higher. Exhale now, all your air, straighten the knee a little more. And inhale, roll up nice and easy. When you get up, turn to the side, relax your arms down, step your feet together. And then go ahead and turn to the front of your mat again, and we'll come into now tree and option for toe stand. Let's go ahead and shift over to the left leg one more time. Pick up the right knee and then grab underneath the foot. As you grab underneath the foot, pull it up as if you're doing a bicep curl. Bring it high above your thigh. Holding it tight there, slowly allow the right hip to open and the knee to begin to point towards the floor. Take this posture slowly. You shouldn't feel any pressure in your knees. If you do, just set your foot on your calf muscle instead. Now keep working the hip back. As we open now, one day the knee will point straight down. It'll be a couple inches apart from the other knee and then alignment from the side. Lift your chest, drop your right shoulder, balance and breathe. Maybe both hands coming to heart center. And then we'll slowly start to work into toe stand from here. Begin to hinge forward with the upper body. Bending the standing knee will make it a million times easier. If at home you're in your living room or somewhere where you have support, you can always grab onto the arm of the couch or a table to help get you down to sit on the heel. Once you're sitting on your heel, then you can walk your hands back around the side of your body and see if you can slowly draw them up one at a time to heart center. Keep breathing here. Remember, no matter where you're at, tree or toe stand, we want to work this time to calm your body and breath down. Now we're going to meet back in tree. To come out of toe stand, rock your body weight forward, hold your foot to support the knee. The inhale will help rise your upper body up. And then let's release that side and relax for a second. Arms down by your side, take a deep breath. All right, let's shift over to the other side. Stand up tall again. Pick up your leg and then grab underneath. I want you to keep your knee up really high as you place your foot. You shouldn't feel any pull pressure on the outside of your knee. Bring the foot to the hip, let the left hip open, and the knee begin to point down. Remember, slower is better here. If you've been sitting at home this week, if you are a runner, remember, don't force your knee. Take time. This practice is all about millimeters of growth and really cultivating patience within our practice. If your foot stays above your thigh, point the toes and bring the right hand to meet at heart center as well. Now tuck your hips under, work the knee back a little further. And let's come into toe stand on this side. So you are welcome to do toe stand on this side, even if you did not do it on the other side. If you fall out of it, remember that is normal. There's nothing more humbling in our lives than finding a yoga practice. Eventually the hands will come meet up at the center of your chest. If you can balance comfortably in toe stand, you want to lift the hips off the heel a little bit at the end. One more breath down here. And let's all start to meet at the top. Rise up slowly. Hold the foot to support the knee. And then let's release the left leg down. We'll take a breath here. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead, touch your palms. Draw the hands to heart center. Take a little bow to your standing practice. And let's take a quick Shavasana. Go ahead and lay down on your mat. We're gonna take just a couple breaths here. So I want you to settle in with the eyes open. Palms facing up, let your toes roll out to the side. Take a second to breathe. Relax your jaw, your fingers, your toes. Make sure the low back grounds to the mat. And then we'll find about 2 breaths here, nice and quiet. And now let's start to wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. We'll come back into active practice with Pavanamuktasana. Bring up the right knee, interlace the hands on your shin. Pull your knee towards your right shoulder. So looking to touch the knee to the front of the shoulder eventually. Keep squeezing in as tight as you can here. As we work to squeeze in, you might notice a little bit of a pinching sensation in your hip, which is a good thing. Really working to create this compression in the hip, and it's helping to work your digestive system. Start to squeeze in a little more as you drop the left shoulder down, and then release. Other side now, bring up the left leg. Same clasp, same pull up, and then to the side. As we pull now, I want you to make sure that you're maintaining that connection of the shoulders down on the floor and then tucking your elbows in. Right calf muscle is always grounded as well with the feet relaxed. Now start to squeeze in a little bit tighter and then slowly release. Bring up both of your legs, wrapping your arms around here, holding opposite elbows if you can reach. If you can reach here, I want you to bring your head down and tuck your chin. Press your shoulders into the mat. And then as you hold, if you have a solid grip, I want you to bump your knees against your forearms and then see here, can you drop your hips down a little bit further? Almost there now. Let's take one more breath. And release your legs down, heels, feet together. Bring your arms overhead with crisscross thumbs. Bring your legs to the mat, nice and slow here. And then we'll take our one and only transitional sit up. Pull the toes back, exhale your air. Inhale now, sit up, double exhale. Fold forward, head drops. And then rise up and turn forward, lay on your stomach for belly down series. 4 postures here. We'll relax, recover in between both. Now for a set of cobra, bring your chin down, tuck your hands underneath your shoulders. Make sure the thumbs touch the side of your body. Now zipper the legs, heels connect. Exhale your air. Inhale, then lift your chest. Starting slow here as you lift. Don't lose the foundation of the legs. Use your glutes, your thighs. If your heels have come apart, glue them back together. Now with the upper body, I want you to tuck your elbows back here, roll the shoulders down. Keep the hands just gently on the floor to support your shoulders. Now look up a little bit higher. Broaden the chest forward. One more breath. Inhale, lift up. And release, relax, and come down here. Settle into it nice and slow. Eyes open, body is still here. Take a deep breath. Okay, locust, roll your arms underneath your body. As you do that, palms of your hands are going to be on the floor. Good, cross the pinkies if you can reach, spread the fingers wide apart, chin is down. Right leg, point your toes and lift. As the leg is lifting, drop your hip, tighten up through your knee, no bending there. Draw the foot now to the center line of your body by pigeon toeing, then come up higher, 1 more inch. And release slowly down. Other side now, point and lift, take it up here. Keep the hip down the entire time. Try not to let the other leg help you. Keep reaching back again as far as you can. Now pigeon toe to the center. Come up 1 more time. And release down. Tuck your chin so you're kissing the mat. Scoot your hands to your thighs a bit more. Here we go, you guys. 1 time only. Zipper the legs. Exhale your air and kick. Both legs up. Try to get your body weight forward here. Keep pushing against the floor. Drive the hands strong to the mat. Straighten the knees. Touch the toes. 1 more time. Up. And release. Beautiful. Come down and relax for a second here. Roll the wrists if you're feeling any tension there. Deep breath in. Deep exhale out. And then separate the arms out wide to the side. Zipper the legs together. Full locust. Exhale your air. And lift. Inhale, come up. Now, hands are lifting about the height of your head, but I want the shoulders down. Just like in Cobra, broaden the chest forward. Tighten the legs again. Heels touching, toes touching, knees should be straight. Now look up higher. Remember, where you look, your body will follow. Send the arms back a little. Squeeze your shoulder blades. One more inhale, lift everything. And then relax and come down. Breathe at the bottom. Okay, floor bow. Chin forward, bend the knees here. As you bend your legs, reach back just behind the toes. Walk the knees in. Listen, you guys, if you're used to doing one arm at a time, you can do that quickly, but we only have one set. You're always welcome to lay on your back and take bridge. Exhale first. Inhale now, kick. As you kick, point your toes up here. Rock your body weight forward a little bit more. As we get the weight forward, that's how we create that teardrop from the side. Now, hug the knees in a bit more. Almost imagine you're squeezing a block between your legs. Lean forward more. Open the chest, point the toes. Here we go. One more time. Big kick up and release. Nice and slow. Press into a child's pose as you are ready. Take your time to come back here. Just relax. Knees can be apart or together, whatever feels good today. Deep breath in. Deep exhale out. We'll come into fixed firm. Come up to the mat. Now, easiest transition is all fours. Bring the knees together, separate the feet, and then slowly sit back in between your heels. So I want you to check your feet. Your heels should touch your hips and your toes should point straight behind you. If this hurts your legs at all, separate the knees out a little bit wider. Then with your hands behind you, tuck your tailbone under and then slowly begin to lay your upper body back. Remember, take your time here. Don't force it. You shouldn't feel pain pressure again in your knees. Keep the chest up. If you can lay back all the way, you can bring your arms overhead and hold on to opposite elbows. But again, make any adjustments that you need here. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing with their practice. Just see how it feels in your body. As we learn to check in more, that's when we begin to find the subtlety, the ease within our practice. One more breath, big inhale. Deep exhale. And let's rise slowly for Ardha Karmasana. Sitting on the heels, knees will be together. Take your arms up overhead, cross your thumbs, fingers straight, same thing as before. Work the arms behind the ears if you can. Reach up tall and then hinge forward. Try to keep the hips as much as you can to the heels behind you. One day your face will touch the floor right before the hands do. Now straighten up through the arms. Try to lift your elbows back behind the ears. Actively reaching forward and sitting back simultaneously. Now as you tighten the arms, feel that nice stretch in your shoulders. Bring the nose to touch down, sit the hips back, and let's rise. Inhale, come up slowly, and relax your arms down. Take a breath, and we'll come up for candle. Rise up onto your knees and separate them about hip width apart. One set only here today. Make this your best back bend so far today. Bring the hands back for support. Tuck the elbows. Squeeze your glutes. Drive your hips. Look up. Inhale. Now lift your chest. Slowly begin to look back. Take your time now. Focus on the lift. Every inhale, stretching up. As you exhale, look and go back a little bit further here. Now, as we work to create and build the strength in your back, it's also opening the front side of your body. So find that deep stretch in your abdomen. Draw the hips forward a little bit more. Tighten the glutes, grab your heels if you are ready. Then chest up to the ceiling. Roll your shoulders back and towards each other. Here you go. One more breath. Go back here. And then release with support. Nice and easy. Sit down here. Bring the knees together. Just relax for a second. Take a deep breath, nice and slow. And we'll round up the spine with rabbits. Bring your hands behind you, grab your heels, tuck your chin to your chest, and roll down here. So we want to have the thumbs on the outsides of your feet. If you can't grab your feet, widen them a little bit. When your head touches down, lift your hips and straighten your arms. So it's like you're taking a somersault here. So we are on the top of your head, but you should not feel pressure in your head, your neck. As the arms are straightening here, what I want you to do, if they're perfectly straight, walk the knees forward, little bit at a time. As the knees come forward, one day they'll touch your face and the arms will be completely straight as well. If you feel good there, try to draw the heels in a little bit closer together now. Now take one more big lift and then pull back on the heels, rise up nice and slow. We're gonna meet in a child's pose here. Separate the knees apart, extend the arms forward in front of you. Now I want you to turn your palms upward. Relax your fingers, settle the breath. We'll start to come into our deep restorative stretching here. As we get into these stretching postures, what I want you to try to avoid is any pushing, any pulling, but try to be passive. If you're always trying to find more space, a little more room in your postures, then I want you to just keep your palms turned up this way, nice and slow. Then one more breath. And then we'll find puppy from here. Walk forward just a little bit. So hands are lengthened in front. Your hips are going to stay elevated in line with the knees. Straighten the arms forward. Now tighter shoulders, wider arms. More flexible. Bring your chin forward. Bring the hands closer together. One day the tips of your thumbs will touch side by side. Start to close your eyes. Settle in and find your breath here. Now in a traditional yin or restorative practice, we want to hold our postures longer, 2 to 5 minutes, depending on posture, muscle group we're working. So what I want you to do is when you settle into the posture, try to be as still as you can. It takes our bodies time to open up after we find stillness. And again, let go of that urge to always be trying to go further, push more. And just accept and honor where you're at today. And we'll take about 5 more breaths here. Good. One more breath, big inhale. Deep exhale. Now we're going to transition into frog from here. So I want you to shift your body weight into your elbows. Hips are going to stay up. Start to let the knees slide out to the side. They may come off your mat. If no matter where you're at, if it's a little uncomfortable, you can turn sideways too if you need to. Once your knees are out as far as you can get them, separate your feet out as well. So it's almost like we're trying to make a box here. Then you can stay on the elbows, the arms can extend, forehead can drop, you can stack your fists. Try to relax, and then double check that you're not holding any tension on the inside of your thighs. No pull in, just relax, let gravity help you here. And again, taking just a little bit over a minute. Try to relax and breathe. One more deep breath in. Deep exhale, let it go. And then we're slowly going to come back into child's pose. Take your time to come back. Relax when you get there. Knees can be apart or together. See how it feels here. How do the hips feel, the chest, the shoulders? And let's come up into tabletop, all fours position. And we'll work through a couple rounds of cat-cow here. As you inhale, lift your chest, gaze up. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin. Good, inhale again, come up. Exhale, round. One more time, big inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Coming back now to neutral. Take your right foot just outside of your right hand for lizard. So you want to set the foot just to the side. Toes can turn out a little bit. Make sure the knee is tracking above your ankle. Lift your chest for a moment, and then you can fold as you're ready. Maybe taking the outside, elbow down, and the inside. If at home you have a bolster, a pillow, a cushion, anything you need to help create support here. Now the stretch might be felt in the front hip, the back hip, wherever it is, just again, see if you can soften things up. And taking about one more minute here. Make any adjustments that you need, any changes. And let's take one more breath, nice and slow, big full inhale, deep exhale. And then nice and slow, press up to the hands and we'll come into pigeon. Walk your foot now across your mat. So the foot will slowly come to the left side, knee will gently drop to the right side. You're welcome to take figure four, seated or reclined as well. But nice and slow, begin to come into it here. Trying to keep the hips square. If you do have that pillow, bolster, anything, you can always set it underneath your hips for a little elevation. Relax the hands. Again, if you're eager to push, pull, go further. Turn your palms to face up. Let the shoulders fall and round heavy. Begin to relax and calm down. begin to settle in more. See if you can find a little bit more space. If you're feeling any tension, you can always work here to readjust that bottom leg. I want you to come back to your breath. Feel the inhale, feel the exhale. Allow things to passively settle in. Relax the back toes a little bit more. One more breath. And then as you're ready, slowly find child's pose again. Swing back towards the heels and knees apart or together, it's up to you. Extending the arms, turn the palms to face up. Relax and notice what you are feeling in your body. A deep breath in. Deep exhale. And lift them back up to all fours just to reset. Once we get to all fours, we're going to take a quick little stretch of the hands and the wrists. So with the fingertips forward now, I'm going to turn your hands out to the side for a moment here. Lift your chest a little bit. And then slowly turn the hands so the fingertips point at you. If it feels okay here, you can lift the chest up again. And then we're going to come onto the tops of the hands, fingertips point to each other. Try to straighten the arms as much as you can. Again, lift the chest. Take a second, deep breath. Bring the hands back to normal, neutral position. Left leg now, lizard. Step outside the left hand nice and gently. Make sure the knee again is behind the toes. Relax the back leg. Lift your chest for just a moment. Now I want you to pause here. Second side takes a little bit longer to get into. Don't force the depth. Once you feel settled and ready, you can begin to lower down comfortably. Now as we begin to find the posture, I want you to always remember that our bodies are not perfectly symmetrical. We always have one side that is more flexible, more stable, more balanced, our preferred side. But this is when we get to know our bodies, when we spend time to hold postures. So when you're here and you have time, scan your body. Pay attention. Find your breath. Try to relax the hands, the toes, and just be in the posture. Okay, let's find one more breath here. And then let's slowly rise and transition into pigeon as you're ready. Walk the foot across. Knee to one side, foot to the other. Take a moment to again lift your chest. Release any tension. And then gently fold forward. Again, don't force it, just go slow. If you prefer to readjust and take figure four, you can sit or lay down. Find your best posture that's going to work to open the hips. Now relax your fingers, your toes, your jaw. If you need to, you can shake your head a little bit, roll the shoulders out and away. And let's find one more breath. This time as you rise, we're going to meet in straddle. So as you come up, just circle your right leg forward in front of you. Separate the legs as wide as you would like to. And then turn your upper body over your right leg and then just gently fold over the right leg. Relax your head. Now again, just like before, resist those urges to push, to pull. Try to relax the hands, maybe drop the knuckles to the floor. Again, relax your jaw. And then let's slowly walk over to the other side. Let your feet just fall to where it's comfortable. Don't flex, don't point, just be. And then let's slowly come to center and extend the arms forward. Just walk the hands as much as you can in front. One more breath. And slowly begin to rise. Bring the feet together in front of you, legs long. And then just gently begin to lay back on your mat. When you lay back, I want you to draw the legs up in towards your chest. Take a nice little squeeze here with your arms. And then let the legs fall heavy to the right, coming into a twist. Make it your twist, whatever you need here. The arms can separate wide, goalposts, support the knee. Try to completely turn your hips. Let's slowly come back to center, up and over to the other side. Let's come back to center. Extend the legs long here for Shavasana. Arms beside you, palms up. Take just about a minute here today. You're more than welcome to stay longer if you'd like, but just find some quiet breathing. Eyes closed, body still. Soften your forehead, your jaw. Feel the belly rise and fall with each breath. Now you're welcome to stay here if you're ready. Just begin to roll to one side. Pull the knees towards your body. You can extend your bottom arm out to rest your head. And as you're ready, begin to slowly rise. Come into a comfortable seated position with your eyes closed. We'll take a breath together. Bring your arms up overhead. Draw your hands to heart center. Allow your head to bow slightly. Just feel how your body is. And hold here for a moment. I just want to take a second really quick to read something I found here. So in search of silence beyond the storm, where blue sky still cradles the morning sun, in the clearing where shafts of light hold back the shadows of the ancient wood, beyond conflict and pain, the inhumanity of man, beyond duty and this journey that has seemed so long, beyond the history that has brought me to this sacred place, this spiritual sanctuary, this peace, this silence, this love. Thank you guys for practicing with us today.